meters of the finish line where it flattens out. Södergren is still pulling away. He goes past the finish area now. And he's got a 7-second lead over the chasing pack. And I'm afraid Axel Teichmann, who's leading the chasing pack, is not making a move at all. It's come down to Matti Fredriksson, who's slowly moving up through the order. Looks as though he is going to be the man that lays on the chase. But I think they've handed it to Södergren. They've responded too late. Looking beautifully smooth. Fantastic stuff. The rest still very tightly packed. So the sprint finish is still on, but it's not going to be for first place. It looks as though it's going to be for second and third. I think he caught them napping. It's exactly the same point as Christina Schmiggins went in yesterday's race, and I know that because it was out of sight of the camera, and it's the only part of the course that's out of sight of the camera. So maybe that had something to do with the decision. Silver in the World Championship 50 kilometres for Södergren, so this 30-kilometre distance will be no problem for him whatsoever. And he took 15th in the double pursuit. Now down goes one of the Germans. I have a horrible feeling that was the man I backed, Toby Angerer. Yes, it was. So I'm afraid I've lost my money on this occasion. Didn't quite see why he fell, but you don't fall if you're not tired. So I think he must be struggling, and he looks a little bit heavy on the skis. So that fabulous sprint speed I was talking about is not going to make much difference when it comes to deciding the podium places, unless, of course, Angerer can find something. Now, this is what happens. Oh, well, just an error on his part, because he's gone too close to the right-hand bank, planted that right ski into the soft snow, and he's gone down. Were he not tired, he would have been able to dance his way out of trouble there, but I think the fall indicative of the fact that he's not feeling his best. Another faller, but it's only a spectator on this occasion. Södergren's gap of 7 seconds is holding comfortably. 51 he goes through at. The chasing pack coming through at 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. So if anything, Södergren is extending it, but very, very slowly. It's still the German Teichmann who's trying to close it down. Matti Fredriksson has stopped his charge. He's stopped just behind the three Germans, behind Jens Filbrich, who's currently in 4th place. And look who's also made it up to the front of the group. Pietro Pillicotra, who looked very, very tired after the classic phase, found himself 50, 60 meters adrift. He slowly pulled it back. He took advantage of a little bit of tactical cat and mouse in the leading group, but he's moved his way up into the top 7, and he will be contending the podium finishes. He's looking good, isn't he? He looks so smooth. Teichmann a little less than convincing. Lucas Bauer, he deserves something out of this race. He's dug so deep. Jaak Mai, now the leading Estonian. Andrus Veerpalu, who led for much of the first phase, now grimacing in agony as he tries to hold on to the leading group, but he's out the back. He's going to get a good position, and he'll get some good World Cup points, but Veerpalu knows that he lost his opportunity in the first leg. He really needed to have 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, if he was going to stand a chance of winning this one. Another interesting question with the double pursuit. Looks as though it's here to stay. I often wonder whether they should alternate, whether the classic or the freestyle goes first, because if your strong event is first, you can try as hard as you like to open up gaps, but everyone else is fresh, so it's harder to do it. But it also means that you're that much more tired when it comes to the second phase, which is your least favourable if you're a freestyle skier. So my opinion is that they should change it, alternate it each World Cup. I can't see that it will be a problem as far as congestion on the course is concerned. So that's the top of the big hill. That's where Södergren made his move last time, and he hasn't slowed at all. Still digging deep. Great work coming out of the legs. The camera certainly foreshortening the distance and giving us the impression that Axel Teichmann is right on his heels, but he's way back at the moment. Matty Fredriksson, the head is starting to roll. Pilikotra, who made some sort of a move, has been pushed down a place or two. Lucas Bauer still there, wearing number 5. And Giorgio De Centa from Italy still in that lead group. So a possibility that Giorgio could get on the podium today. Germany, though, could use some team tactics here. They've got 5 of them between 2nd and 7th. So they could well block out the finish and ensure that they get 2 onto the podium. So down through the woods, a little bit of undulating course, and we saw Södergren cruise in from here last time. The technique hasn't changed at all. The gap may have closed just a fraction, but Södergren still working within himself. I think he'll start to turn it on when they hit the final hill coming up towards the stadium. They'll hear the noise, they'll see the lights, and that is the cue to give it 110%. Södergren round the corner. He's certainly lost a little bit of ground, but it's not much. Away he goes, digging deep now. The Germans must be thinking what they can do. I don't think they've got a chance to chat to one another because the pace has been too furious ever since Södergren made the break. Matty Fredriksson of Sweden is still there. The wearing number 1, last year's World Cup winner. But Germany really have surprised us all, not just producing one good skier. They've, as we can see today, they've got 5 skiers all capable of winning World Cup races, and to make that transition from being a B-rated team to being probably the strongest team in the world in the space of 18 months, quite phenomenal, and all credit to Jochen Behler. Round they come, down the bottom of the stadium. This is where the last long climb starts. Södergren is away and clear, and he's stepping the pace up again. It's a beautiful demonstration of how to freestyle ski. So many would have expected Per Elofsson, the world champion, to be in this position. He's not feeling too well at the moment, opted just for some training instead of racing. But he'll be delighted to see that Anders Södergren is the man leading the way. He's got 4 hungry Germans on his tail as they come up. 400 metres now to go. It's a long climb into the stadium. Anyone who goes too soon is going to tie up and lose it in the last 100 metres. Södergren has still got an advantage, but it's shrinking. Here comes number 4. It's Axel Teichmann, who was one of the favourites at the start of this race. 5th in the World Championships. Teichmann would love to secure victory here. Södergren looking nervous round the last corner. It was a 60-metre lead, cut to just 6 metres now. Can the Swede hold on? 150 metres to go. It's all uphill, coming up towards the finish. Södergren turns it up, but Teichmann is coming. Teichmann is driving on the right-hand side. Through he goes. Victory to Germany. Södergren's going to hold on to 2nd. Sommerfeld's going to take 3rd. And it looks as though Jens Philbrick makes it 3 in the top 4 for Germany. What a shame for Anders Södergren. He went early. It was a brave move. He knew he would never outsprint Axel Teichmann. But the victory at the end has gone to Teichmann, started number 4, and he just held his nerve. You have to give him credit because he led at one stage of the race. Rennie Sommerfeld did way too much leading to have any chance in the closing stages. But Teichmann, who looked steady, he led the chase up towards Södergren over the last 5 kilometres, and he timed it to perfection. You will never see a better time finish than that. Brilliant stuff from Teichmann. What a shame. And, well, you had to commiserate with Anders Södergren because at one stage he had a lead at 9 seconds, and it was just being reduced bit by bit. The Germans held their nerve. Well, a bit of coughing and spluttering now, but superb team effort from Germany. 3 in the top 4. Pilikotra, winner of the first distance race of the season, didn't get a look in. Well, I hope we get a chance to see that again, because it was a thrilling finish. But as Sodergren went round that tree at the bottom of the stadium, it was evident that there was zero on the fuel tank. His balance had nearly gone. He didn't really pick it up quick enough. He tried, give him credit, he really did try. But the quick fibres couldn't be found, and out-sprinted by Axel Teichmann. So Germany take first and third, and Sodergren for Sweden in second.